How's it going, everybody? This is me, MrEvan Productions here, and welcome to episode 187 of Ask MrEvan Productions. So we got 16 comments from episode 186. So anyways, let's go ahead and answer the questions, just like we always do. Here we go. Alan Zook, Daniel Tiger Friend of 2025 asks, 1. Have you ever heard of the 67 meme? I don't think I've heard of this meme, to be honest. So honestly, I don't think I've ever heard of this meme to begin with. 2. Since my birthday is on Thanksgiving this year, can you wish me a happy birthday? Of course, Alan Zook. I'll wish you a happy birthday, even though I'm not going to be uploading on Thanksgiving. But I'm still going to wish you a happy birthday through a community post. Just like Super Mitomo did for me and Jim Carlo. So yeah. But still, I'm still going to wish you a happy birthday, of course. Even though I'm not going to be uploading on Thanksgiving, because I'll be busy celebrating Thanksgiving with my family. But the day after Thanksgiving, though, that's when I'm going to come back and upload it. That's when I'm going to come back and upload more videos. 3. Are you going to mark next week's Ask MrEvan episode as a Thanksgiving special? Of course. Of course I will. Yeah, I'll make sure to mark my next episode of Ask MrEvan Productions a Thanksgiving special. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do that. 4. How was your weekend? My weekend was pretty good. Yeah, I didn't really do anything too much last weekend. But since today is Friday, we got this weekend coming up tomorrow. Yup, tomorrow starts this weekend. And I'm pretty excited. Because I think weekends are really awesome. 5. Are you excited for Christmas? Yes. I definitely am excited for Christmas. Because Christmas is a great holiday, in my opinion. I think it's pretty good. 6. Are you going to see Zootopia 2 in theaters when it comes out? I'm not really sure just yet. Well, Zootopia 2 does come out the day before Thanksgiving, November the 26th. And then Thanksgiving, as we look on the calendar, Thanksgiving is on November 27th. So by the time Zootopia 2 comes out, I might have some interest in checking it out. I'll think about it. So yes, definitely when Zootopia 2 comes out, I may have some plans in checking out the movie. Or maybe I can just wait until it comes out on Disney Plus before checking out the movie. And then maybe I can do a movie review on it as well. 7. What's your opinion on Will and DeWitt? I'm not sure, to be quite honest. I don't think I've heard of them to begin with. 8. Do you prefer Samsung or Apple phones? Well, honestly, I do. Oh, honestly, I think I prefer Samsung phones a lot better. Because I'm recording this episode with a Samsung. And then for this iPhone here, I just mainly use this iPhone as a spare, as a backup. In case something else happens to this phone. So yeah, like I said before, I do have this iPhone here, but I just mainly use it as a spare. I just mainly use it as a backup, in case something happens to this phone. 9. What's your favorite Thanksgiving food? Well, my favorite Thanksgiving food is definitely mashed potatoes and macaroni and cheese. Because mashed potatoes and macaroni and cheese, in my opinion, I think they're pretty good. 10. What's your favorite animated television company? Well, my favorite animated television company is probably Fred Rogers Productions. Because Fred Rogers Productions is a great production company and is a great animated television company, in my opinion. Because that's the company behind Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood. Because that's a great show. And I know you like it as well. So the both of us, me and you, me and Alan Zook, we both like Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood. But I know that Super Mitomo and Jim Carlo, I know they don't like I know they don't like the show, but I can tolerate their thoughts. But I can tolerate their thoughts on that show. Yeah, we can handle each other's... Yeah, we can handle opinions. Alright. Thanks for those questions, Alizook. I really appreciate them. Oh, and one thing... And another animated television company that I do like is definitely Pixar Animation Studios. Because Pixar Animation Studios, in my opinion, I think Pixar Animation Studios is definitely a great company. They are known for making movies like Toy Story, A Bug's Life, Toy Story 2, and so many other great Pixar movies. And I'm definitely excited for their next movies, which is going to be Hoppers and Toy Story 5. Well, I'm not sure how Hoppers is going to turn out, but I think Toy Story 5, in my opinion, I think it'll be a pretty decent Toy Story movie, because after all, it is the Toy Story franchise. So I think I might have some interest in checking it out. Once again, thank you for asking me those questions, Alizook. I appreciate them. And sorry for my stuttering, because that happens. Because me and Super Mitomo, we do stutter on our videos. And that's okay, because we're trying to pronounce things, because we're trying to talk properly. Which is pretty funny that I just stuttered. But moving on. Forrest Rom asks, still always rocking your Nike hat and awesome American flag shirt. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. And I'm just going to go ahead and plug this in, because my computer is pretty low. There we go. It's all pretty good. It's all good. Alright, back to the questions. Jay asks, how was your weekend? Well, my weekend was pretty good. Because my weekend was pretty good. South Park Corner Animations 2K9 asks, do you think this year has gone fast for me? For me, yes. Definitely, 2025 has flew by so fast. Especially when you're having a great time. But for me though, 2025, in my opinion, it just wasn't really that great of a year. I'm definitely more ready for 2026. Because 2026, it is next year. Okay, sorry about that, but anyways. Austin Field, the Anti-Piracy Screenmaker 2009 asks, 1. What's your opinion on Horton Hears a Who 2008? Horton Hears a Who, I think it's a great movie from 2008. 2. What's your favorite CGI movie? Well, my favorite CGI movie is definitely Toy Story, because Toy Story is a CGI and a computer animated film. In fact, Toy Story is the very first computer animated film ever made. And I think that's pretty awesome. And I have so many CGI movies, but it's hard to name just one. Besides Toy Story. 3. What is your favorite Chapman Entertainment show? I'm not really sure about that, to be honest. 4. What's your opinion on Tinga Tinga Tales? Never heard of it. 5. What's your opinion on Franca's both book series and Jim Henson's CGI stories? I'm not really sure about that, to be honest, but I think I'm gonna have to check out Franca's. Wonder Red 2025 asks, 1. Are you going to watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade? Possibility. That's a possibility. 2. Opinion on Puss in Boots 1? Pretty good movie. 3. Do you have any fidget toys? Yeah, I do have a fidget toy. And it's this right here. See? No, I don't have a fidget toy, but I do have a push ball right here. Yeah, this is the ball that I can play with whenever I feel upset. Which is pretty awesome. Alright. 4. What's your opinion on the Super Mario Galaxy trailer? I think it's a pretty good trailer because I just watched the trailer just the other day. And I think the Super Mario Galaxy trailer, I think it's a pretty good trailer. And you heard it right. It comes out on April the 3rd, 2026, I believe. Let me just look that up. And yes, you're right. It comes out on April the 3rd of next year, 2026. And I might have some interests in checking it out because it is a sequel to the Super Mario Bros. Movie from 2023. Alex Postal asks, 1. Another New Year is coming up. Are you excited? Yes, definitely. I'm really excited for the New Year to come up very soon. Because the cool thing about the New Year is that they just added a Chicago Live Central countdown to Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve with Ryan Seacrest, which is pretty amazing. So now that I think about it, I think I might record both countdowns. New York's countdown, and I might record the Chicago countdown as well. Well, if I watch only the New York countdown, then that's fine, because that's the one I prefer, because it's a classic. So yes, I'm really excited for 2026. I think it'll be a good year. But we can't guarantee how perfect it is going to be, because not every year is perfect. But we'll just see how it turns out. 2. How was your day? Well, my day was pretty good. I had a pretty good day today. And yes, I did go somewhere, but I'm not going to tell you where it is because it's too personal. Yeah, this is what I say in my vlog videos. Whenever I went somewhere or not, yeah, I'm just not going to tell you where I went because it's too personal. Alright. 3. What is your favorite memories in 2025? I think one of my favorite memories for 2025 is definitely my 20th birthday, because that was a blast. When I turned 20 years old, yeah, that's probably my favorite memory of 2025, is when I turned 20 years old. 4. What are you thankful for? Well, I'm definitely thankful for my family, and I'm thankful for a lot of stuff. Even if they can't talk, but I'm still thankful for them. So yeah. Daniel G asks, 1. Opinion on 7-Up. 7-Up is a pretty decent soda. 2. Opinion on Ford F-150 Lightning. I think it's a pretty good truck. 3. You like milkshakes with whipped cream? Well, I do like milkshakes with whipped cream, but I just prefer regular milkshakes a lot better. 4. You like Christmas cookies? Yes, I definitely like Christmas cookies a lot because Christmas cookies are really great. Sorry for that. 5. Opinion on Dodge Chargers. I think Dodge Chargers are pretty good vehicles. And 6. Opinion on the moonwalk. I think the moonwalk, in my opinion, I think it's a pretty decent. I've tried to do the moonwalk in previous episodes of Ask MrEvan. Oh, there goes a school bus going by, but that's okay. But that used to be the vehicle that I used to ride in when I went to school. Yeah. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on to Justice Rum's questions. Justice Rum, the Fraser and Home Movies fan 2002 asks, 1. Have you seen my GIC AMC Network community videos? Yes, I have seen those videos, and I think those videos that you do, those those JC AMC Network continuity videos, because I have trouble pronouncing that correctly. I think those videos that you make, they're pretty good. I hope you make more of them. I hope you make more of them very soon. 2. What is your honest opinion on the gas station Circle K? Circle K, in my opinion, I think it's a pretty decent gas station. And finally, for today, until next week. 3. What are your honest opinions on music videos on YouTube? I think music videos on YouTube, I think they're pretty good to listen to. And they're really fun to watch. Because sometimes I'll put on a music video whenever I feel bored. And definitely my favorite music video is probably one of Parker McCollum's songs. And definitely, I even listen to songs from Parker McCollum. Like, I do know this one song from Parker McCollum, and that is Burn It Down. I have my favorite songs from Parker McCollum or Knock It or Burn It Down and What Kind of Man. Because those songs are really great. Even though they're considered today's music, but I still like those songs from Parker McCollum because they're really awesome. And I also like the artists I like are I like Chris Young, and for Alan Jackson, oh yeah, I remember him. Alan Jackson is a great country singer as well. Because I have listened to his songs before, and his songs, in my opinion, they're really great. So yeah, my honest opinions on music videos on YouTube, they're really fun to listen to. Thanks for those questions, Justice Rom. I really appreciate them. Nickelodeon Fan 4.0 asks, 1. Do you hate Blazing the Monster Machines? For me, I do. Yes. I really do hate Blazing the Monster Machines. I can't believe I used to like that show when I was a kid. Because one thing I don't like about Blazing the Monster Machines is that the characters on that show, they always talk to the viewers, also known as the audience, where they break the fourth wall and they just speak to the audience. Like, they will often ask the viewers questions. Like, they will often ask questions to the audience. Just like those other kids shows do. Well, I don't mind it in Blue's Clues, and I also don't mind it in Gentle Tiger's Neighborhood, because those shows are really great. But for Blazing the Monster Machines, I'm not a fan of that show. I'm not really a fan of that show. And I used to like that show when I was a kid. But nowadays, I just lost interest in Blazing the Monster Machines. But to anybody out there that still likes Blazing the Monster Machines, that's fine. I can handle your opinion. I can tolerate your thoughts. 2. Do you hate Hey Dougie? For me, I do. Yes, I also hate Hey Dougie because Hey Dougie, in my opinion, it's not really a good show. Nickelodeon Fan 2.0 asks, 1. What's your least favorite Nick Jr. show? For me, Baby Shark's Big Show. Same here. And also Dora the Explorer, because I don't really like Dora the Explorer that much either. Because Dora the Explorer is another show that breaks the fourth wall. Because Dora herself will often break the fourth wall and just speak to the viewers. Yeah, what I don't understand about Dora the Explorer is that Dora and the other characters will often break the fourth wall and just speak to the audience. Like, I don't know why they would do that for. I guess probably to teach kids about Spanish. But I already know my Spanish, so I don't need this show. So yeah, but to anybody out there that still wants to like Dora the Explorer, if it was part of your childhood, then that's fine. I can tolerate your thoughts. 2. Do you think SpongeBob SquarePants is a great show? For me, I do. Yes, SpongeBob SquarePants is definitely a good show. It's definitely a great show, in my opinion. Video Games YT asks, 1. Do you like the song I Feel Like a Woman by Shannon Twin? For me, I do not. To be honest, that song, I think it's a pretty decent song. I know you don't like that song, but for me though, it's a pretty decent song. But if you don't like that song, then that's fine. I can tolerate your thoughts. Excuse me for that for a second. But anyways. 2. What restaurant in your area do you like the most? Probably McDonald's. Because McDonald's, in my opinion, it's a pretty good fast food restaurant. But it's considered unhealthy as well. But I would only eat McDonald's occasionally, and not every day like Amanda Cartwright does. 3. Do you like Boogie 2988, the YouTuber? For me, I do not. I also don't like him. I also don't like that YouTuber either. Alright. Alexis Does Roblox and Go Anime asks, 1. What's your thoughts on Lightning McQueen? Lightning McQueen, in my opinion, he's a great character from the Pixar franchise, Cars. 2. What's your thoughts on the Battle of the Bands by the Desilinks from My Little Pony, Exterior Girls, Rainbow Rocks? Well, I think they're pretty decent, alright. 3. What's your thoughts on Margaret from Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood? Margaret is a cutie, because I think Margaret from Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood, I think Margaret from the show, she's pretty cute. I really like her laugh. I like the way that she laughs. Because her laugh sounds very cute. 4. What's your thoughts on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood? Oh, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, it's a classic. I really like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Because, it was a very nice show. And I like how Fred Rogers would often talk to the viewers. But he did not talk down at them, but he would just talk to the viewers. He talked at them. He talked to them. Like, he did not talk down to the viewers like modern kid shows do. Yeah, this is why I like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, because it's a great show. And Mr. Rogers would often talk, and I like how Fred Rogers would break the fourth wall and just speak to the audience. 5. What's your thoughts on Cars Race on Rama game? I think it's a pretty decent game, based on the Cars franchise. 6. What's your thoughts on Cars Matter National Championship game? It's a pretty decent game as well, also based on the Cars franchise. 7. What's your thoughts on Kobe Bryant and Sora AI? I don't have any opinions on it, to be honest. 8. What's your thoughts on Spirit Stillion, a Cimmerian 2002 movie? I think it's a pretty good movie from 2002. The 9th question I'd rather not answer, what's your thoughts on Barack Obama? I'd rather not answer that question. Because you know why. 10. What's your thoughts on Flaming Hot Cheeto mac and cheese balls? I think it's a pretty decent flavor. Even though I haven't tried that flavor before, but maybe someday in the future I'll have to try out that flavor. 11. What's your thoughts on the hot potato song from the Wiggles? It's a pretty good song from the Wiggles, because the Wiggles is a pretty decent band, and they used to have a show called The Wiggles Lights Camera, and they had their own TV show as well. And for the Wiggles TV show, it's a pretty decent show. Even though I don't really watch it that much, but maybe someday in the future I'm gonna give the Wiggles TV show a rewatch. But to anybody out there that doesn't like the Wiggles, that's fine. I can handle your thoughts, because after all, the Wiggles is a great band, and for their TV show, it's a pretty good childhood show of mine. Even though I don't really watch it that much. Nickelodeon fan asks, 1. Do you think Nickelodeon Animation Studios is a great company? For me, I do. Yes, Nickelodeon Animation Studios, it's a good company. 2. Do you hate Paw Patrol? Yes, definitely. I do hate Paw Patrol because Paw Patrol, it's just so annoying. It's not really a good show. But if you like but to anybody out there that likes Paw Patrol for some reason, then that's fine. I can tolerate your thoughts. And last but not least, Powerpuff Girls, Buzzle Maggie, and Little Einstein's FTW asks, 1. What do you think about Mr. Owl from Tootsie Pop? Mine, he is great, and he is funny and great, and he is way better than Dee from Dexter's Laboratory, Normal from Garfield, Lincoln Loud, and etc. He's a pretty decent character. 2. Do you hate Butter Beans Cafe? Mine, yep, I do hate that show because that show is horrible. Same here. I also hate that show as well. 3. Do you hate the Backyardigans from 2024 and Bubble Gubby's Mermaids 2025? Yep, I sure do because both of them are horrendous. Yes, same here. I also hate those shows as well. 4. Did you know I have my own Backyardigans, Powerpuff Girls, and Little Einstein's book collection? Even though you only loved the Backyardigans 2004 and Powerpuff Girls 1998? No, I didn't know that, but that's pretty cool. 5. Do you despise the Problem Solvers and Secret Mountain for awesome? Mine, yep, I sure do despise them because both of them are horrible, hydras, and cute, and so ugly. Yep, I do hate those shows. 6. What is your thoughts on All Engines Go? I don't really like All Engines Go from Thomas because it ruined the original Thomas and Friends. And I honestly prefer the original Thomas and Friends better because the original Thomas and Friends series, it was my childhood. And I really like Thomas and Friends, the original series, but I just like the model series. But for the CGI series, starting with season 13, it's pretty decent, alright. It's just pretty decent. But not one of the best seasons, because I definitely like the model series a lot better. Most notably from seasons 1 to 7. Because I only like seasons 1 to 7 of Thomas and Friends. But for seasons 8 to 10, they're pretty decent. At least it still used the models and not the CGI. At least seasons 8 and 10, at least they still used the models. Yeah, at least they still used the models and not the CGI. 7. What's your thoughts on Super Noobs? Never heard of this show, to be honest. 8. Do you hate the Ben 10 reboot and the Powerpuff Girls reboot? Mine, yes, I do, because both are terrible. Yes, definitely. I do hate those reboots. The originals are a lot better. 9. Do you hate Camp Coral and the Patrick Star Show? Mine, oh yes I do, because they are lame and terrible. Yes, definitely. And final question. 10. What is your least favorite random movies? You can go ahead and name more than one. Mine is Barney's Great Adventure. Oh, same here. Barney's Great Adventure. It's not really a good movie. And some random movies that I do like. Definitely the movies based on shows that I don't like, such as Dora. And Caillou did have a movie in 2003. And that'd be called Caillou's Holiday Movie. That movie really sucks. I used to like that movie when I was a kid, but nowadays, Caillou's Holiday Movie, it's not really a good movie, just like the show. Alright guys, So that's going to be it for episode 187 of Ask Mr. Evan Productions. So, if you have any more questions to ask me, then feel free to post them in the comments below, and I will answer them in episode 188 next week. And next week's episode will be a Thanksgiving special. So until then, this is Mr. Evan Productions saying goodbye everybody, and that's about it. Thanks for watching. Peace out.